The scouting report on her is force or less.
Here's Miles dipping around. Mitchell lays it up and in.
Draws multiple defenders.
Here is Miles trying to work around the double and does. Miles sets up Collier. Her three is good. Point first quarter.
I think it's time that we get off this Caitlin Clark imaginary trend, and that's all it is. That's all it is. I get it. Caitlin Clark was fantastic in college, and she was supposed to just blow up in the WNBA, and we thought Caitlin Clark was the next Steph Curry. Well, I never did. I actually never did. I was never
basketball right now. The first half between her and Olivia Miles was just spectacular basketball to watch. And even Olivia Miles gets the walk-off halftime interview. Holly asks Olivia Miles what it's like.
Before we get into this one, make sure you're subscribed and you got that bell turned on, because this WNBA season has been non-stop and you do not want to miss what's coming next. All right, let's get into it. So Caitlin Clark didn't even play a game Monday night, and she was still trending. Like, top of the timeline, everybody talking about her. Why? Because of what Olivia Miles just did on the court. And when I tell you the internet went crazy over this one, I am not exaggerating. We got rookie records falling, we got fans picking sides, we got a comment section roasting session in the replies, and by the end of this video, you're gonna understand exactly why people can't stop comparing these two. So sit back, grab something to drink, because this is the full breakdown of Caitlin Clark, Olivia Miles, and the rivalry the whole WNBA world is talking about right now. Okay, so here's the setup. Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever had the day off. No game, nothing. She's literally sitting at home. And she still ends up trending on social media. Why? Because Olivia Miles and the Minnesota Lynx were on the floor against the Golden State Valkyries. And Miles made history while also having one of the roughest shooting nights of her rookie year at the exact same time. Yeah, both things happened together, and that's exactly why the internet couldn't leave it alone. Let's talk numbers. Miles struggled from the field, only knocking down 3 of her 12 shot attempts. That's rough for anybody, let alone a rookie getting national attention every single night. But she still finished with 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists. Here's the twist though. Even with the bad shooting night, Miles rewrote the history books, becoming the second rookie in WNBA history to reach that assist total since the league started back in 1997. But offense wasn't the story of the night for Minnesota. Natasha Howard and Kayla McBride tried to carry the Lynx with 13 and 12 points, but Golden State's offense was just too deep. 5 different players scored in double figures. Cecilia Zandalicini dropped 18, Gabby Williams added 15, and the Valkyries walked away with an 80-66 win. So on paper, the Lynx lost. Miles had an off-shooting night. But somehow, this is the game that got Caitlin Clark's name trending. Let's talk about why. Here's where the drama really lives. The comparison to Caitlin Clark's legendary rookie season. Miles now trails only Clark on the all-time rookie assist list. Clark dropped 337 assists during her 2024 rookie campaign, and Miles is sitting at 227 and counting, with 5 games still left to play. That's a real shot at getting even closer, maybe not catching Clark, but definitely making noise trying. The Lynx even posted the milestone on social media, and fans immediately jumped into the replies. And this is where it gets spicy, because the comment section basically split into 2 camps. One fan wrote, quote, "Definitely an awesome year. Olivia is only trailing Caitlin Clark's rookie season by a measly 111 assists, clearly trying to downplay it." Another fan hit back with, "Only 109 fewer than Caitlin Clark? Congrats?" Dripping with sarcasm. And then you had fans firmly on Team Clark saying stuff like, "I call her Katie. CC. We all know who the big dog is. Clark. Hands down." So already, before we even get to the jealousy talk, you can see this rivalry is being built almost entirely by the fans. Every time Miles does something great, the first comparison people reach for is Clark. That's just where we are in the WNBA right now. Everything runs through Caitlin Clark's rookie season as the measuring stick. And it's not just this one game. This has been a pattern all season long. Back in mid-August, Miles helped the Lynx beat the Portland Fire 85-81, finishing with 13 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds, and a block. Modest stat line for her, but it was enough to push her past 650 points and 200 assists, and that made her the fastest player in WNBA history to hit that combo, passing Clark in the process. For context on how good Miles has been this year, she's averaging 19.8 points, 6.1 assists, 4.7 rebounds, and 1.2 steals a night across 33 games. Compare that to Clark's rookie averages of 19.2 points, 8.4 assists, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.3 steals. So Miles is actually outscoring Clark's rookie pace, even if she's behind in assists and boards. And then just a few days before that Golden State game, Miles did it again. She exploded for 24 points and 7 assists to help beat the Washington Mystics 94-84, and with that performance, she blew past the 700-point, 200-assist mark, becoming the fastest player ever to do it, needing only 36 games compared to Clark's 37. Let that sink in. 2 different milestones, 2 different games. And Miles keeps beating Clark's pace by literally 1 game each time. That's not a coincidence anymore in the eyes of fans. That's a rookie who is legitimately chasing history at a historic level. Now, before you think Clark's records are all falling apart, they're not. There's one record fans agree Miles probably won't touch, the assist crown. Clark had 337 assists in her rookie year, and Miles is sitting around 222. So Clark still owns that piece of history, and it's not particularly close. Now let's zoom out from just this one Golden State game and talk about who Olivia Miles and the Lynx have actually been beating this season, because it matters for the bigger picture. The Lynx have been one of the best teams in the entire league. Even after that loss to Golden State, Minnesota is still sitting at 31 wins and only 8 losses, holding on to the top spot in the standings. That's not a fluke, that's a legitimately dominant season. Along the way, Miles has been putting up historic performances against real competition. She had that big night against the Washington Mystics where she dropped 24-7 to help Minnesota win 94-84. She had that gritty win over the Portland Fire, 85-81, where she still found a way to break another Clark milestone even on an off night offensively. And this isn't some rebuilding team feasting on bad opponents either. Just a few weeks back, Miles and the Lynx got into an absolute shootout with Caitlin Clark's own Indiana Fever. The 2 teams tied the WNBA record for total points scored in a first quarter, 69 points, and both teams ended up cracking the 100-point mark by the final buzzer. That's the level of basketball we're talking about here. These aren't easy wins. Minnesota has been grinding through legitimate contenders all year, and Miles has been at the center of almost every headline. So when people say Miles beat a bunch of teams this year, it's not empty hype. She's doing it against playoff caliber competition, night after night, while also chasing down a rookie legend's record book at the same time. That's a lot of pressure for a 23-year-old in her first WNBA season, and she's mostly been rising to the occasion. Okay, now let's get to the part everybody clicked for, the drama. Anytime Miles breaks one of Clark's records, you'll see comment sections fill up with people saying Clark must be sitting at home, seething, or jealous. And look, I get why people say it. It makes for a good storyline. 2 elite rookies, one setting the bar, the other chasing it down game by game. That's a rivalry practically writing itself. But here's the thing I gotta be real with you about. There is no actual quote, no interview, nothing on record where Caitlin Clark has said a single negative word about Olivia Miles. Not one. That jealousy narrative is coming from fans and hot take accounts, not from Clark herself. In fact, when you actually look at how people around the league talk about these two, it sounds a lot more like mutual respect than beef. Lynx head coach Cheryl Reeve, during All-Star Weekend, straight up put Clark and Miles in the same sentence as the next great era of WNBA guard play, comparing them to legends like Sue Bird and Diana Taurasi. And in that same wild shootout game between Indiana and Minnesota, Miles was actually seen mid-game complimenting Fever guard Kelsey Mitchell, telling her, "You so tough, man," during a break in play. That doesn't exactly scream rivalry built on hate. So where does the drama really come from? It comes from the internet. It comes from stat comparisons. It comes from fans who want to protect Clark's legacy going head-to-head with fans who are excited about a new star-breaking records. That's the real Caitlin Clark versus Olivia Miles drama. It's a fan-based rivalry, amplified by milestone after milestone dropping in the same season. And it's not one-sided either. Just a night before that Golden State game, Miles had a rough shooting performance against the Valkyries and got locked up defensively, and fans online were quick to compare it to what they called the Caitlin Clark treatment, referencing how physical and locked-in Golden State's defense was on her. Sports media personality Robin Lundberg even called it, quote, "probably the worst game I have seen Olivia Miles play." So the same week Miles is breaking Clark's records, she's also getting roasted online for an off night. That's the WNBA rookie spotlight right now. You're either the headline for breaking history, or you're the headline for a bad shooting night. Sometimes both in the same week. So is Clark actually jealous? Realistically, no evidence says that. What's real is the comparison never stops. because Clark set such a high bar as a rookie that literally everything Miles does gets measured against her. That pressure is real, even if the jealousy storyline is mostly fan-made drama. Here's what's actually happening on a bigger level, and honestly, it's a great problem for the WNBA to have. We are watching a golden generation of guards take over this league right now. Caitlin Clark bending defenses from 30 feet out, Paige Bueckers and Olivia Miles redefining what a young lead guard can even do on a basketball court. This isn't a 1 versus 1 storyline anymore, it's a whole new era of the sport, and Miles is one of the faces of it. Miles is even in the mix for WNBA MVP this season, in a race currently led by Aja Wilson, but with Miles named as one of the top contenders behind her. For a rookie, in her first year, that's not normal. She's the clear frontrunner for Rookie of the Year, the same award Clark took home 2 seasons ago, and depending on how these final games go, she could end her rookie year with more points than Clark had, even if she never catches that assist record. So really, what we're witnessing isn't jealousy or beef. It's a torch being passed, or at least shared. Clark built the audience, brought the eyeballs, made the league must-watch television. And now Miles is showing up in year 1 and proving she can play at that same superstar level. 2 different rookies, 2 different eras of hype, but both of them are exactly what this league needed. So that's the full story behind why Caitlin Clark ended up trending on a night she didn't even play. It all comes back to Olivia Miles rewriting the rookie record book while the internet argued in the comments the entire time. Real talk though, do you think this rivalry is more hype than reality? Or do you think there's real tension building between these 2 fan bases? Drop your take in the comments, let me know who you got in this one, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and subscribe, because we're covering every twist in this WNBA season. Appreciate y'all, I'll see you in the next one. Peace in.